Okay, guys, so I'm going to be just doing a little like go over of the calendar this week. Um, okay, so what we're going to be doing is actually in the first part in session one, we're going to be just kind of working on your digital essay draft and setting up your Wix account. That's what you're going to be using to draft your digital essay, move it from the Google Doc and onto the website, just like the samples that you saw. And also where you're going to be working on your portfolio. So what you're going to be working on for Thursday is completing a shitty draft of your digital essay, at least 1,200 words, and integrating at least 6 sources. I'm going to be holding Q&A sessions through Thursday this week, so Monday for 30 minutes, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then after each, if you want individual help or talk about your essay, your outline, your plan, make sure you're on the right track, any of that stuff, please, drop in for that. So, for instance, if you want to come on Tuesday, you can log in at 11:30. There may be multiple people there. I'll answer, kind of open questions. You can hear what kinds of questions other people are asking. And then once everybody's done and ready to log off, if you want individual help, I can start kind of, talking to a couple people like one-on-one for a little bit about your essay. Or you can set up an appointment, You're going to set up your Wix account for that website, kind of set up that website so you can get going. And you are going to be signing up for Studio. Oh, sorry, that should be Studio 6. It is Studio 5, my bad. So what Studio 5 is a kind of a playing around with your Wix site and kind of getting some stuff under your belt and actually kind of beginning to set up and add things to your portfolio. So again, you have to finish the setting up Wix from this session in order to do this, but I have a link to that also. This activity, so please watch this video. This actually goes through like how to use Wix, like how to add pages that you need, how to complete all the stuff that you're going to be doing in this activity and stuff you're going to need for your digital essay. There's tips and all kinds of stuff for like design and that kind of stuff there. So please watch this. And then here's the activity you're going to be working on, and I also kind of explained that in the video. And then you have this activity that you're going to be doing to build your own kind of site. You are going to be reading through the portfolio assignment sheet, if you have not yet at that point, and look through some of the samples. Every semester is different, so they're not the exact same assignment, but you can kind of look at them to get a sense of kind of how they look. So there's some samples there. You are going to set up your Wix menu, and when I mean setting up your Wix menu, I mean you're going to add the necessary pages to your site, but delete the actual menu. This is going to be a single page site, just like the syllabus. So if you go to the syllabus, you can get a sense of how it looks. There's not a menu at the top. The buttons are are on that page. So you'll add these pages, but you're going to delete the actual menu because on the home page, you're going to add links to the pages that I'm going to be reading. Clean up your site. So you're going to delete everything from the original template that it gives you just to kind of start from scratch. It makes it a lot less confusing and a lot easier for you to work with. If you're not filtering through all the stuff that you're adding plus what they've added, it's just easier to just delete and start from scratch. Make it cute, play with how you want it to look. Your portfolios may be design, theme. You're not married to it, but, kind of play around with it to get started. And we are going to start doing more work with the portfolio and the writing theory portion of it. The reflective components you add are, you could think about them like a final exam for this class. We've been working on your project all semester, and that's part of your grade. But submitting the actual portfolio is very much kind of a final exam and an independent part of the class, especially the writing theory. It's your sort of personal theory and reflection that you write at the end of the semester and include on your website when you submit your project and everything. So it's very much kind of the independent part of the class. It's kind of a final exam that you get to select what you include and what you want me to know that you learned, and also a final exam that you get some help with before you turn it in. Yeah. And then you also, you have the chance to see kind of how you're doing on the portfolio. There is a chance to turn the portfolio in early to get a heads up on your grade so you can make revisions before you turn it in. So there's a lot of kind of help along the way over the next few weeks with putting this kind of final exam project together. And then that's what you're going to be working on for Studio 5. Back to the calendar. And just remember, if you completed extra credit, make sure I know that you did that and that you don't get skipped over for that. Remember, in order for something to be considered late, it has to be within 3 days, so I can accept it. But if you, have something, you're welcome to use this. If maybe you turned something in late and you want to use it for your extra credit, you had those 2 activities. Sorry, my neighbor's dog is barking out in the backyard. Just make sure you send me an email. You let me know what those activities are, and either in your notebook, if that's where it was, or in your assignment comments, you make a note that this was one of your extra credit assignments so I can credit it to you. For session 2, we're going to be going over some design things. So you're going to sign up for, wrong one. Yeah, so when you sign up for Studio 6, it's just a guided workshop, so it's very much like what we did for your Studio 2 when we met in groups, except for, aside from bringing your, having your digital essay, there's nothing that you need to really prepare for it. There will be 4 other people in the group. It will be via Zoom, and you'll submit your link to your digital essay to the site or to the Google Doc if you're still working on the Google Doc at that time. I will say in theory, in a perfect world, it would be on your website and you'd be ready to share it from the site. However, in order to get credit for this workshop, I'm not making any minimum requirements for this draft. It's wherever you happen to be. If you're still way earlier and you're not where you're supposed to be, still come to this workshop and get help. We will help you where you are. So if you have a draft that we can read, we'll read and give you comments. If you still have things you need to figure out, we will help you figure out what it is you need to figure out so that you can work. So I don't want people to not come to this workshop and not get credit for this just because they're not far enough along. Like, the digital essay is tricky. It's hard. So I don't want people to think that, like, just because they're having a hard time with it, they shouldn't come to the workshop, because if you're struggling, that's the best way to get help, is to come and let people, help you figure it out. So again, like, there's no requirements. All you have to do is be working on a digital essay, which everyone is. So wherever you happen to be, still show up to my Zoom room at that time and we will meet. Okay? All right, and that's it for the Studio 6. It's pretty easy. So let me know if you have questions about this or need some help figuring out, like, how signups work and that kind of stuff. So we're going to go back to week 13. So for this Sunday in session 2, I am asking you to complete that Wix activity. We're going to be looking at a genre, design, and modes presentation just to help you with the design of your site and some things to think about. It's primarily a design and digital tools and that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of kind of picks up with some things about modes and how that factors into your essay. So a lot of stuff about helping you design your essay, and you're going to do some note taking, and there's an activity, and there's some brainstorming to do to help you kind of think about your design a little bit. And I'm having you go ahead and read your portfolio assignment sheet, which I'm also asking you to do that some of the studio work. So coming at you a couple of times there, and then take the quiz. And then I'm also hoping later this week to go ahead and post work pretty much for the rest of the semester so that everybody can kind of working ahead and doing what you need to do and pacing yourself as you need to. All right. Peace.